I think my friends would describe me as an overachiever. And I think that that's something that happens with a lot of ambitious women, is that we are always overcommitting ourselves to things to try and be better and take on that next challenge in our lives. I am a PhD candidate with Charles Darwin University. I actually moved to Darwin to study my PhD 3 years ago, and it's on commercial shark fisheries. And so we look at the biology and ecology of 2 species that are caught as bycatch within these commercial fisheries for applications to fisheries management. School-age kids are the key to the future of our fishing and agricultural industries, as they represent the future scientists and managers of our industry. My project's called Science Totally, and from that seed that we started small in the application process, it's grown into a bigger outreach program. We have at the moment 3 outreach activities that are aimed at Year 7 and 8 students, and then we also have one that's aimed at the younger Year 4 level students. And it really is about increasing that accessibility of science-targeted outreach in the context of fisheries and marine science-based works, but to rural and remote communities, and being able to get that outreach to rural and remote communities within the Northern Territory for now, and increase the accessibility of science outreach to those students in those schools. At the moment, Science Totally is an outreach package that schools can purchase that can be implemented by themselves or with the help of me in their school. And so the future aspirations for the project, number 1, would be to be able to expand the number of schools that we can impact. So that is along with increasing that accessibility to education. And then we also at the moment are trying to explore the different ways that learning can be effective for students in rural and remote communities. Without the Westpac bursary, the project wouldn't have been possible. It has allowed us to travel to remote communities to start our outreach program. We want to empower people within communities to invest in themselves, their education, and the future that they want to foster. I think the thing that I love most about living in rural Australia is that sense of community. Darwin still manages to have this amazing sense of community, even though it's not always considered rural. It's very isolated, but the way that the community operates here, it's still got that feel of a small country town, and you get that vibe of knowing your neighbours, and you can go down to your local coffee shop and they're going to remember who you are. And that sort of makes me feel like I can always make an impact and I can make a difference in my community that would have a lasting effect. I really love what I do, and it makes me very excited every day to be able to do what I do, and I think it's really important that I share that with other people to inspire that passion in others. I'm very conscious of sustainability and finding sustainable ways for our future, especially for food resources. I really think that education and getting people to care about issues through education is going to play a huge part in how we combat some of these issues in our future. I know that I'm afforded a lot of privileges within life, and I think that I sleep more soundly when I know that I can use these privileges to make a valuable impact onto the change that we're going to have in our future.